That's our space music.
Good job.
Our new studio, I feel like I've just been beamed up from Omicron Delta into the room that we got a new set. And I like it. It's very spacey. Do you like it?
I feel like we're about to talk about, like, we needed this when we were talking about the conspiracy theories and stuff.
That's true. This would be a nice backdrop for aliens.
Yeah.
Talking about the alien base in Antarctica.
I feel like we're, like, in a true crime podcast or something.
I hope not, because you can't tell who's coming in the door.
He can.
Yeah. Well, if he jumps up and runs out the room, I'm following him. If he hides, I'm hiding. That's all I got to say. Good Monday morning to you. We're glad to be with you here on Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful morning outside, about 61 degrees. It's really nice, but the problem is it's really dry, which I love, but we're in a drought, and we're in a pretty bad one in some areas. So no burn orders out for a lot of places. It's very dry. And then we're going to get no rain through the whole week, I don't think. Maybe this weekend, but anyway, droughts can only get worse in most areas. So just be careful. No outdoor burning. Don't start, if you smoke, don't throw cigarettes out while you're driving, whatever that stuff is. But just be careful because we've got worsening drought conditions. And I've got to water my pawpaw trees when I get out of here this morning.
I also need to water my plants. I've been slacking the last few days.
Mary's done hers, but we put a trellis up at our house. She did. I just watched them. And they planted plants that are supposed to climb it. Mm-hmm. And they look wilty every day. I don't know if that's unhealthy or if it's just because it's beginning to get hot and dry, but you can water the heck out of them that morning, and by that evening, when you go out and look, they look like they're all wilted and dry. So I think that's just because they're succulents or whatever they call them, and because they look healthy and they're doing pretty good and they're blooming. It's honeysuckle and what's the other one? Jasmine. I don't know if it's Confederate jasmine or Carolina jasmine, but it's supposed to be all this stuff that looks good and smells great.
I love honeysuckles.
I do too. And there's that red honeysuckle that you don't see like you used to. Instead of the Japanese, the yellow stuff is, I think, Japanese honeysuckle. But there is, I think, a Native American honeysuckle that used to be all over the place. You don't see much anymore. And it's really, the little flutes are beautiful red, dark red. And she got that from petals from the past, I think, and planted those. So maybe we have heirloom honeysuckle.
I'll come steal them.
I don't know what all that means, but I do like when I was a kid, me and my buddy Raymond, we would spend hours. You know how you pull the little flower off and then you pull the stamen out?
Yeah.
And it leaves that one drop of that delicious nectar. We would spend hours, touching that one drop to your tongue. I don't know if we were idiots. Yeah, well, we were idiots, but I don't know. It just seems crazy when you look back now because you could spend 2 hours and you might have gotten a half a teaspoon of nectar in 3 hours. But it was a treat. It was a delight.
It's so good, though.
It really is. It must be pretty strong, tasty, because that one drop would just explode in your mouth.
Think about how many you would have to like make a jam or something. A lot.
It must be,
like
millions.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you make jam, though, don't you just like muddle the whole flour? I mean, I don't think you pull the stamen out and put a drop in a little, and then I think you just gather the flours and grind them all up, don't you?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. We'll have to, maybe someone watching or listening can tell us about making honeysuckle jam or jelly. I've never seen it. Have you ever seen?
I just thought about it.
Yeah. Well, I did buy honeysuckle flavored vodka one time. They make that. Tito's makes a honeysuckle vodka.
Was it good?
It's delicious.
I don't do vodka, so.
No, neither do I. I just heard that. I would.
Your friend told you.
I'm asking for a friend if you tried it. No, it is. I've never seen. Now that you mention it, as delicious as, and people make all kinds of jams and jellies out of flowers. So I don't know. I've never seen honeysuckle.
So today is
Jelly
actually National Peach Cobbler Day. I didn't see this till 10 o'clock last night, or I would have made us some peach cobbler.
Well, you can leave right now, and I'll just sit here and wait, twiddle my thumbs from when you come back with some. I love peach cobbler with ice, warm with ice cream.
Yeah, it's so good.
And, you know, here we are in peach country. I mean, Chilton County is known for peaches, and Clanton and the whole area. It's, we can have some great, and it's getting really close to peach season.
Yeah, when
I'm getting excited. I saw where some of the folks down like at Heaton Farms, they're putting out videos now, not really promoting their business, but promoting how well the peach crop's looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's looking pretty good, except for the drought. They need rain, but the cold didn't seem to have too bad an effect on the crops. So if we can just get some rain, we might have some great peaches coming. I love, and you know, one of my favorite things, I love peaches anyway, fresh peaches. You know, a peach, to me, a clean peach out of a can bears no resemblance to a fresh peach.
I've never cooked with fresh peaches before.
You never have?
No.
Really?
I always do canned.
Oh, well.
I'll have
you
to
need
try
to try it because the flavor is,
better.
To me, is completely different. I don't know it's just two completely different things to me. I love canned peaches, but they don't seem like they're the same thing as a fresh peach that you've cooked.
The canned ones are just so easy to use.
They are. You know, that's the way it is with most, you know, you can use canned pie filling like the cherry and the apple and it is a lot easier. But if you've ever made a fresh apple pie, oh my God, that can be so good. So I'm ready for the peaches. But my dad was a tightwad. I mean, he went for bargains. He was close to Baden's technique. My dad would bundle and finagle and try to work deals. So he found out he could get a great deal if he went to the farmer's market and bought all the rotted peaches, the ones that were just so gooey and beat up and soft. That makes the best ice cream. So he'd go down there and come back with a bushel of not rotting, but, you know, soft, overripe peaches. And he'd be so proud because he had, you know, 50 pounds of peaches and he paid $1 for it, you know, for the whole, whatever. But, and of course you can't use it all, but they were easy to peel, you know, and most time easy to get the stone out. And then you could that ice cream. And that is probably one of my biggest memories of joy as a child is when Dad would open the top of that ice cream maker and there was that peach ice cream in there.
That does
Vanilla's
sound good.
great. You know, other flavors are great. But that dang Chilton County peach ice cream, homemade peach ice cream, oh my God, I could just sit there and eat the whole quart or whatever gallon, whatever that thing was, and just make myself sick on it. But I still, as a kid, remember the vivid flavor and smell and look of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet it was so yummy.
Yeah, I'm ready now for some peach ice cream. It is 7:12, 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. We've got a lot to talk about this morning. Some good and some things that are a little scary, and some negative stuff, but it's not bad. We want to get you updated on everything so you know what's going on. We just want you to have a good day, and we thank you for viewing and listening to us here on Piper Peach Radio and Morning Mayhem. We will return in a moment.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs, all conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets.
Good morning. We are back here on this Monday morning, middle of April pretty much, and tax day coming up. Is today the 14th? Is that right?
Today's the 12th. No, 13th.
13th, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's Monday the 13th. Don't go under the ladders. Watch out for black cat. But anyway, here we are. We've got beautiful weather. It's 61 degrees outside. I got to tell you, I had something happen Thursday that restored my faith in humanity.
Let's hear it.
All right, Thursday night I had to give a speech at the Shelby County Airport, for the Shelby County Aircraft Owners Association or whatever, and it was a comic speech about all the crazy things that I did or experienced or caused when I was doing the live helicopter traffic reports for years. From about 79 to 83, I'd go up once or twice every day, Monday through Friday, some Saturdays, and ride around in a helicopter, fly around in a helicopter, and do the helicopter traffic reports. I was trying to get my helicopters flying license because I'd already gone to flight school for fixed wing, and it was just a great time. But I did some really stupid things because I was young and dumb, and they turned out, thank God I didn't hurt or kill anybody. There was a couple of times when we landed at the Birmingham airport after the run that the police were waiting on me. But anyway, I told those stories. It was great. But I was also supposed to be in Marion, Alabama, down in Perry County Thursday evening, because that was the long weekend for my Marion Military Institute alumni weekend. And I go every year, love it, see my old buddies. Now, I graduated from Marion Institute like over 50 years ago. One year, I got my high school graduation there and my junior college graduation there before I went to Alabama. So I've been going down there for years, love it. But so what I was going to do was finish my speech about 8 or 8:30. Mary was with me, take Mary home. I've already packed, jump in the car and drive to Marion and be down there by, 10 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
Well, we were leaving the airport, going home, and we had not eaten at the airport because I don't like to eat and then talk. So I was a little peckish. I was pretty hungry. I hadn't had any dinner. I don't know if I'd had lunch. So Mary and I got the great idea to do one of my favorite things. Late at night, go to Waffle House. So by golly, we pulled into the Waffle House right there in Calera and went right in it. They were packed. I mean, there was some business going on at 10 o'clock in Waffle House on a Thursday night. So I know I had my card in my hand, my debit card, credit card, because we were going to, I was going to buy something at the where I was speaking, and I just took it out of my wallet and stuck it in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we ate and talked a little bit, and I said, man, it's already like 10 something. I'm not going to get to Mary until like midnight. And I said, let's get going. She said, okay. So we got up and I went up to pay. No card. Wasn't in any of my pockets. I knew it wasn't in my wallet, but I took my wallet out. And I'm standing there in Waffle House. The lady's sitting there waiting on me to pay her. I had some cash, but I was going to pay with my card. I went back to the table, couldn't find it. Looked under the seats, looked on the table, everywhere. Went outside and was looking in the parking lot, see if it had fallen out of my hand or my pocket while I was getting out of the car. Didn't see it. I was panicking now because my debit card was gone. And here I've got to go spend 4 days out of town.
Yeah.
So I went back in and paid them in cash and went out in the car. Before I even left the parking lot, I went online and turned my card off.
Yeah.
You can do that. I didn't know that, but I turned it off. And I looked on my online, no one had there was no decline or so nobody spent anything yet. So I turned it off. So now it's, I think that all took an extra 30 minutes or so. I pull in at home and it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm frazzled. I don't have my card.
Yeah.
So I went on in. I said, I'll just get up in the morning and go to the bank and see if they can give me what they do. I don't know what they do for that, and just check. So I went to bed, got up next morning. Nobody had hit my card. There was no refusal. So I got ready and went to Waffle House first just to see. And I walked in and it was morning, and I said, hey, did anybody turn in a Wells Fargo debit card? And she said, what color is it? And I said, red. And she said, okay, let me look. And she went back. And she came back out of the office, and she didn't look like she was like smiling like she had it. And I went, oh, no. She said, what's the name on the card? And I said, William Lawson or whatever. She said, here you go.
Yay!
I went, oh, my gosh. She said, the manager said somebody turned it in last night. So let me tell you what, when you get the feeling like everybody out there is after you or everybody's dishonest or everybody's a jerk or whatever, which we can get a lot of that nowadays, there you go. I was at a Waffle House in Calera on a Thursday night with a lot of people, and many of them a lot of them seemed to be just hardworking. There were a lot of obvious Latinos, Mexicans in there, and looked like they'd been working all day. They looked like they'd come from, they were tired looking. They were shoveling it in. They were all great. There were a few people in there that obviously had been partying a little bit and stuff, but I got to tell you, someone found my card. I don't know where. Parking lot, floor, turned it in. And they locked it up in the office. Do what?
Did you go to the bathroom while you were there?
Nope. Did not. Even at my age, that's rare. But anyway, so I just want to say, it restored my faith in humanity. I was grinning like a Chester cat when I left that morning because I didn't have to go to the bank. I just hit the road for Marion and went on down there and got there nice, feeling like $1 million, So I turned my card back on. And you can do that easy, too. Just go on, go on.
It's so easy.
And then I went and got gas, and it took it. So instant. This new world is amazing to me. But anyway, thank you to whoever it was that found my card and was nice. And I felt bad because then when she handed me the card, I didn't know whether to give her some money or the manager some, tip and there's no way to know who turned it in. I'd like to, if nothing else, just thank them for being such honest and nice, but no way to do it. But holy cow, if you're listening and you found my card, thank you. Let me buy you breakfast at Waffle House one of these days.
That kind of happened to me too at Target one day, but
Really?
I had it like in my scrub pockets and I was trying stuff on and I guess it just fell out. Well, I got up to pay and I was like,
Where is it?
it's not in my pockets and it's not in the back of my phone. Thank God for Apple Pay.
Yes. I've used Apple Pay a couple of times, but it seems like voodoo, like it's some kind of magical voodoo that I can take my phone and just pointed at a screen and suddenly it goes, bloop, you paid. It seems too easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know it isn't. I know you got to have, because I'd already set it all up and put it in my my wallet or whatever it is. But it just seemed, it was a little bit voodoo-like. It scared me. I paid for a meal one night at, what's the Italian place we've eaten at, Baden? Olive Garden. I paid it, and you don't even have to talk to anyone or even the server.
Yeah.
Or there's a thing on your table, and it says you want to pay, and you go, yeah. And you take your phone, it says, touch it, you're paid. And it's like, how does this happen? I mean, I'm a 73-year-old guy. This is all magic to me. I still, I don't know. I have a hard time sometimes understanding this new world.
They have to be like selling information to somebody, telling them like where you shop and
oh yeah,
how often you
I've given up on
and
I've given up years ago on any vestige of thinking there's anything private or not being shared. I think it knows right now. Somebody somewhere is not only knows exactly we're in this room doing this, it's actually heard me yawn when I was getting out of the car this morning to walk in, and I'm going to get all these things for energy drinks or sleeping aid on my phone. I think it's listening to you constantly and passively listening, and I don't think we have any, and it knows where I am everywhere, because of the GPS, and I think it's down now to where it knows when you go to the bathroom or something. I mean, if you carry a phone around, don't think you can sneak. That's what's amazing to me is some of these people will attack or murder somebody, and all they do is ping the things, and they say, well, you were right there in that house at exactly 1:03 a.m. when the crime occurred. And they go, I was in another county. Your phone wasn't, and you have your phone. And you go, oh. So I love it. I mean, it can be a tool for good.
Yeah.
It's a little scary knowing Big Brother knows pretty much everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it is. It's a little scary. Speaking of terrifying, you see where all the talks broke down. So now we're going to do a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, which means now the full Navy has got to go in there with warships and mine finders, or what do they call them, mine clearers and battleships, and they're going to stop any ship from coming in or going out of any of the ports of Iran. So this is like a full act of war again, and it's dangerous because we've got amazing abilities to clear mines now. And the beauty of it is you used to have to send a minesweeper in there with men on it, and sometimes it was very dangerous. Now we have the ability to clear mines with pilotless drone ships, which it may tear the ship up, but no human lives are on it. So that's great stuff. And they're very good at the Navy's incredible at doing this stuff. The only problem is, Iran is known for the fact they manufactured millions of these low-cost drones. And, lately, this last few months, they'd send a $50,000 drone, and, $50,000 is peanuts for a weapon that can take out a ship or kill lots of people. And then we spend a $3 million missile to down the $50,000 drone, and they've got thousands of them. So we're shooting all these $1 million weapons to shoot down $50,000 drones, and they've got handfuls of them. So the problem now is we're going to do this blockade, and Iran still has, they think, a lot of these drones hidden places. They could swarm our Navy with these drones. They tried it in a few other places in the world. Hezbollah did and all. And so the scary thing is they could just start send 300 drones at once at one ship. And that's very difficult to defend against. I mean, we've got some great stuff. We got, I think it's the Phoenix gun, which can shoot 3,000 rounds a second or something, and they can shoot a lot of those down. They just put up a wall of lead, and we've got the ones that pick them out, and you got aircraft. But, oh, my God, this is another step in keeping our eyes open. And Trump even said yesterday that, gas could go up even more. And that's killing a lot of us. I mean, I know that now. I hope Mary's not watching. I hope Mary's busy. Mary has a little car that she will only put premium in. It says on the gas filler tank, use premium only. And so she only puts premium in her tank. And when I go fill up her car for her, she'll say, remember, premium only. I go, yes, ma'am. And I only put premium in it. Well, the last couple of weeks, I didn't want to, thank God she hadn't asked me. But when I go to the pump, what I did first was I put half a tank of premium, cut the thing off, put the card back in it, and put half a tank of regular. Then I thought, well, let me just put half a tank of the middle ground stuff. I mean, a tank of the middle ground stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, it's pretty expensive. And of course, the premium's out through the roof. So I tried filling it up with the middle one. And that scared me. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting half a tank or quarter of a tank of the middle one and then filling it up the rest of the way up with the low end, the regular. And so I'm afraid she's going to catch me. Now, my car is supposed to only use premium. I just use regular all the time, and I've never had a problem. I've had that car for years, and I keep it, up, and it's never caused a problem. But I do put seafoam or some of that stuff in it every so often to ungunk it and take water out and all that stuff. But anyway, gas is just scary now. And if you work for a living and you've got to drive a fair amount, or these companies that have fuel, pay for fuel for their vehicles, it's kind of scary because it has, he's saying that it could go up even more, and it's gone up almost 40 something percent in a month. And how can you depend on, if you're spending a certain amount for fuel for your family, for your work or whatever, and you have to suddenly, with no pre-planning, go up 40% on that cost? Whew, that's tough. So we're still in some tenuous times right now. I was hoping the peace talks would work, so we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
I'm gonna drive slower.
Put your eco mode on.
Do what?
Put your eco mode on.
I don't have eco mode in mine. That's an older vehicle, but I could kick my foot off the lead foot off the gas pedal a little bit. I did notice today driving in here. Normally, I don't speed badly. I'll go the maximum. And matter of fact, when I'm going down 145, I think there's some places on there where the speed limit's 55, and I'll probably do 59, close to 60. I don't go over 60 because I've heard that if you go over 60, that's when they'll really nail you. And I have gone past a couple of people sitting out by the side of the road, obviously running radar, and I was on speed control, so I just kind of went, well, I look in the rear, they seem to let you go. So I think I'm doing okay there. Now, this morning, I don't think I got over 50. I just put it on cruise control and watch that gas gauge go down, because my car is a big Toyota engine. It's the Land Cruiser, and it's an older one from 2011. So it's a gas guzzler. I love that car. I told my wife, Mary, I want to be buried in it, but I really do. I mean, I wish they'd just dig a big hole, put me behind the wheel, and put me down the ground, dump it over. But I love that vehicle. But it's great in almost every area except gas mileage.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break. It's 7:33, 33 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's 61 degrees outside. Going to be absolutely beautiful today and pretty much all week, but no rain in the forecast, which is great if you have activities you want to do, but it is not good if you're in a drought, and we're getting more and more into a drought. Some counties in this state are already in extreme drought, and some are approaching that. So it looks nice, it's green, everything, but be careful. No burning and all that sort of stuff, because it's still dangerous. We'll be back with more right here on Piper Beach Radio's Morning Mayhem.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mayhem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery. with the latest equipment for any job. From campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
We are back. It's 7:36, 24 minutes now away from 8 o'clock. We're so glad you're with us. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. We hope you had a great weekend and hope you're going to have a good week too.
Yes. So over the weekend, we had not a bunch of events. Well, yeah, a bunch of events. We had the Bonfire Ranch Ruck and Ride. Grace Tire had a car show.
Really?
There was a triple header at Thorsby between Verbena, Isabella, and Thorsby.
Wow.
And then, unfortunately, at Lake Mitchell this weekend, a child passed away. We don't have any other information about it.
Where was that? Is that on Lake? Do you know?
Lake Mitchell.
Lake Mitchell. So
yeah.
Was it? I think it was a drowning. You know, we're getting into that part of the year now. It's beautiful. It's warm. More people on the water and on the lakes and swimming and boating, tubing. Yeah. Please make sure your kids have flotation devices. I don't care how good a swimmer they are. If they're young, they should be wearing flotation devices. I know when I was a kid, we didn't a lot, but there were a lot of drownings back then too. I remember I lost, I think, 2 elementary school kids back in the 50s from drowning, and you know, a lot of that's very preventable. Mm-hmm. And I also want to say, we were talking earlier about this tragedy. We don't know much more about it, but as we get into the spring and into the summer, and we got more people on the lakes and rivers. I have a house on Lake, and I noticed just the other day, I was down near my pier, and this bass boat came flying past my pier, going very, very fast. Now, we're not in a no-wake zone, so that's not a problem. The thing is, they were really flying, and they came around a curve we're on kind of a point, and they came flying past. They weren't 8 feet from my pier, and I understand why they were kind of hugging close, because we happen to have a deal where there's some stumps out about 50 feet out from that point, and they've got it marked, so they either have to go out further to miss the stumps, or come in closer where the piers are. But if you're going to come close to the piers, you don't know if somebody's on the pier fishing. Yeah. You don't know if kids are out there swimming right off the pier. You don't know if there's somebody out there working on the dock. You just don't know anything. And if you're coming flying around at that speed around a blind curve, that close to people's docks, you're really doing something horribly dangerous.
Yeah.
And they just came flying. I couldn't believe how fast they were still going that close to the piers. Now, I know you want to get somewhere else and find that big bass or whatever, but the weather was beautiful. They weren't trying to beat a storm in. They were just trying to get to that next place or get home or whatever. But, you know, right now, I guess you could say it's still a little cool to have kids in the water. And I think it was a weekday. But in the summer, that won't matter.
Yeah,
Kids
no.
are on the lake every day of the week, and people are out playing. So I just want to remind our boaters to also be very, very careful and just play it safe. Just remember, if you had a kid in the water, you wouldn't want somebody running over them with a pontoon boat or a bass boat or a wakeboard boat or something, you know.
Mm-mm. And we want to go ahead and thank some of our sponsors.
Yes.
Chilton Mobile Home Supply, Central Alabama Wellness, and Coca-Cola.
Very good. That's our sponsors?
No, well, we'll have more, but later in the video.
Okay, very good. Well, we're glad you're with us.
Yeah. I'm still asleep. Are you awake yet? Well, you said you wake up early.
I got up at 4 and had me a couple of cups of coffee. Got Mary up early. She got up early. And we're having some work done at the house, and the workers get there, you know, about 7 something. So she wanted to be up and awake. And then I got to leave here when I get off the air and take her to the doctor. She's got to go to a doctor's appointment like at 10 something. So I got to get back to Columbiana, get her in the car, and she wants me to take her to the doctor. My wife, now when I go to the doctor, I don't want anybody with me really. I just want to go get in the car, go to the doctor, go in, deal with what I got to deal with, come home. I don't like going to the doctors much, but at my age, you go to the doctors more than you want to. But I just like going by myself. There's no need anybody to be there with me. Mary likes to have somebody with her when she goes to the doctor. And if she does, that's fine. I don't understand it. I go drive her there. I walk in. I sit in the waiting room, talk to people till I irritate them, and then I leave with her when she's finished. So we're going to do that. And she's going to get her hair did today. So as soon as we get out of the doctor's office, now I'm not going with her to get her hair did. Nope.
You should.
No. I've gone with her before when I had to, because when she broke her hip and stuff, I had to go with her and take her. And I've done hair salons and I've done nail salons. Hair salons, one of them wasn't so bad because they had a lot of really cute women in there working. And that was pleasant for me because I could flirt with them. And, you know, they looked at the stupid old man trying to flirt with them going, that pitiful old guy. But I liked it, so it didn't matter. And then I took her to the hair salon, and I don't speak Korean, so I have no idea what was going on in there. And I know those Korean guys and girls were talking about me. I can just tell because, you know, they'd be doing my wife's nails, and they'd look over at me, and he'd go, dong, dang, dong, dang, you know, whatever. And the other one would go, ha, 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 ha. And then they'd both look at me again. And I went, I'm learning Korean. Or what I'm going to do, I've got one of those things you can translate. Yeah. And I bought it online, and it does all this amazing stuff. I mean, it's got video cameras, so you can actually photograph English, and it'll do it in Chinese or Spanish. Or you can do it in Chinese, and it'll tell you what it is in English. And I thought, this is amazing. So I took it to a buddy of mine. I speak a little Spanish, poquito, very little. So I took it to a friend of mine who owns a Mexican restaurant. He's Mexican, Mariano. And so I wanted to play with it and see how accurate it was. It was wildly inaccurate. It was crazy inaccurate because I'd say in English, I'd say, Mariano, I really like your restaurant. Your food is delicious. And then I turn around and he'd go, donde es what he and he'd start laughing. And he said, what it said was Mariano, because I heard that name come out. And it would just say things like, your constitution is below the furniture of the street sign or something. It made no sense. And I went, well, I don't know how much I'm going to depend on this. And I've got a friend that they speak really good English, but they're Chinese. And they have a nice Chinese restaurant. April is her English name. I can't pronounce her real name, which is anyway. I was going to take it in there, but now that I've seen how bad it is, and I'm real good friends with Mariano, so it could have said, something horrible to him, and we'd laugh. But I don't know her that well, so now I'm scared. I was going to go in there and just have the best conversation with April. Her English is fine, so I don't have to. But oh my God, I don't trust it at all now. But I shouldn't have trusted because these things are usually $100, $80, something like that. I think mine was $9 on Temu. So God knows what I'm getting for a transfer.
I'm still waiting for a Temu package, actually.
A what?
A Temu package. I ordered
How long's
something.
it been?
Well, they said they tried to deliver it to my house. No, they didn't.
No, I know.
So
I've had the same thing. I actually had a Temu package I ordered, but now I will give it this. It was right after COVID. So things were, remember that it was a mess. Things couldn't come into those ports and stuff. But I ordered a set of those outdoor lights you put in your yard that look like tiki, and they look like they're flickering like lights.
yeah,
I mean, like candle. I ordered it in like November of 2020, because I wanted it for really around Christmas or right after, to put in the yard at the lake. I got it in like May of 2022. Literally a year and a half.
that's probably what's gonna happen to me.
A year and I'd forgotten about it completely. And now let me also explain. I was buying like 8 of these. They came in a package of like 8.
Yeah,
And I think I paid $20.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. It was like they were like $4 a light. They should be a lot more, really, if it's good quality. You know what? I got them, put them out. They're still out now at the lake, and they're still working beautifully. It's astounding. The batteries I hadn't changed the batteries. The rechargeable batteries are the originals. They still take in all the sunlight. Even in the winter when there's less light, they still burn for a while, before they go out quick. But in the summer, they're amazing. And they've been on there, what is this, 2026?
yeah.
4 years, I think I've had them.
I feel like Temu's very hit or miss. I'll have to show you my Temu shelf I got.
Your Temu shelf?
Yeah, it's behind my
Okay,
desk.
cool. I have had hit or miss too, but I have bought some of this cheap. They look great. Like I bought an amplifier, and I've been meaning to bring it and show you because I think we talked about this before. I bought this amplifier for my deck that I wanted to put my stereo system through, and on Temu it looked like it'd be about this big, like a foot. I mean, 8 inches high, 14 inches long, and maybe 12, 15 inches deep, like a regular amplifier.
Yeah.
And this box came. I hadn't ordered anything else, so I was waiting for my amplifier, and it finally came one day, and the box was about the size of a cigarette box. I mean, not even the case. I opened it up, and there's this tiny little amplifier, and it worked for almost a week. I mean, it worked great for about 6 days, and then it just died. But it was so tiny and so cheap. But then again, I don't know what I thought I was going to get for $12 or something for amp. But I did buy some, I smoke cigars once in a while, so I bought me a fancy looking lighter. Thing's been amazing.
Yeah.
I bought another lighter, never worked. I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
And I don't send that stuff. You can't send it back. There's almost no way. I mean, by the time you go through what you got to do to send an $8 something back, you might as well just throw it away.
I know on Temu you can actually get your money back.
Can you?
Or you can get credit.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Well, I didn't know if I needed credit. What did you just hold up? Is that Temu? Oh, stop.
Temu.
Stop. Okay. We got to stop.
We've been told to stop.
We have. Okay, so we're going to take another break here at 7:48, 12 minutes away from 8 o'clock. I think people have probably been screaming stop for the last 40 minutes. So anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back. Hope you're having a great morning. Thank you for watching and listening to Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem. We hope you're doing great and having a good day. Right now, 61 degrees. We'll be back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
We are back on this Monday morning. We're glad to be with you, and we thank you for listening and watching here on Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem. Hope you're doing great, and I got to tell you, I'm feeling pretty good, but I was telling Baden as I came in this morning, he asked how my weekend was for my alumni weekend at Marion Military Institute, and it was phenomenal, but it was also, it's getting to be a little sad in a way because as you know, if you're watching or listening and you're a person of a certain age, you go through these phases in life. And of course, when you're in school, that's your life. That's what you're doing. When you graduate from your elementary, junior high, high school, college, whatever, then it's just something you just did. And you made friends or you had some good times and bad times, whatever. And then it's behind you and you focus on what's next. And so when you finish all your schooling, then you focus usually then on career, life, building a family, whatever. And there's a point, there was for me, where when I left Marion Military Institute and went to Alabama, I loved Alabama and all, but Marion, for me, was a life-changing event because I was sent there because I was off the tracks. I was focusing on all the wrong things. I would have never been able to go to college because my grades and all that stuff were off the charts because I wasn't doing the right thing. I wasn't living life like I should. And my dad wanted to put a knot in my chain. So he sent me to MI, Marion Institute, down in Perry County. It's a distinguished honor military academy. And this was back in the early 70s, I guess it was really. '69 through about '73, and man, did it change my life in very positive ways. It gave me discipline. It gave me purpose. We believed in truth, honor, service. I mean, it was life-changing for me. It really was. And it is for so many young men and women now, because now it's also, back then it was only guys. Now it's co-ed, it's men and women. Many of them go into the service academies. They go to West Point, the Air Force Academy, Annapolis, Coast Guard Academy. And they also have things if you want to be a professional fireman, paramedic, policeman, or anything in law enforcement. If you want to be a pilot, you want to learn how to work on airplanes with your A&P or airframe and power plant license. And they've got all these programs now in their, it's a junior college now. It used to be a high school and junior college. So I went there for my senior year of high school and 2 years of junior college. And now Marion Institute is considered one of the top junior colleges in the United States, not just in the state, in the United States. It's like in the top 5. Amazing place. And they're building this huge new science building. You know, the guy that has Yellowwood, Jimmy Raines, he's, has Yellowwood, which is a massive company. He went to Auburn. He played football at Marion, played football at Auburn. He is a big Auburn fan, and a big Marion Institute fan too. So he's donated big money. We've had some great people come out of Marion. So it was neat to go back, because I graduated from high school in '71 and junior college in '73. And so that's a while back now. And I never went back to Marion Institute after I graduated for 20 years, because once I got out of Alabama, I was working in radio stations around the state. Then I got back into Birmingham in '79. I was focused on getting married, having a family, building a career. I would tell people I went to MI, but it was just like, do you just go up to somebody and say, hey, I went to so-and-so elementary school, So it only would come up. And then I never went back for any of those alumni things, because it was just, I don't know, it just didn't matter to me. Then when I got into my 40s, and the internet came out, I started with Facebook and stuff, getting stuff from my buddies that I hadn't talked to or seen at that time in like 25 years, you know. And they were great friends going to school there. We were really tight. The military will do that for you anyway. It builds a brotherhood. And it's one of those deals where I might have not seen the guy since '73. And in '93, 20 years later, he contacts me, and it's like we never dropped the ball. It's amazing. So I started going back to MI for the alumni weekend. Probably almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago. And I got back and saw these guys I hadn't thought about or seen in so many years. And the funny thing about time is, there were some guys that I did not particularly like when I was in school with them. Yeah. And got to meet them again 30 years later and loved them. We were all so different. Yeah. They may have been weirdo jerks or whatever when they were little, and only a couple of them carried that through. Most of them, life tends to homogenize us. You get humbled if you're cocky. You get empowered if you are insecure. It levelizes your life. Everybody, it's the thing I want to tell young people if they're feeling depressed and suicidal. It is really only temporary. If you think you're a loser when you're 18 or 17 or 50, whatever your age, and that everybody hates you and all this stuff, give it time, because it all changes. It really, really does. You think that the future holds nothing for you, it holds everything for you. I don't care what your situation. I meet these guys and I love it. And so for the last 20 years, I've been going down there every April and just having a blast. And it's one of those things, we're like little kids again. Most of them, the wives will come once, but they get so tired of hearing the same stories and the nicknames and all this stuff. And believe me, when you have a bunch of men that have been together in military, the language can get pretty rough again. Even though I try not to have salty language in my life, you get down there and suddenly you become trashy. You just become trashy again talking, because it's just, I don't know. So it's been really great, and it's the problem is now that I'm in my 70s. When I was in my 50s, maybe 20 years ago, it was the peak of time for people to come back that had gone to Marion because they already had their kids out, grown up and out of school. Most of them were well established in their career, if not getting ready to retire, and they are still in great physical shape and young enough to enjoy themselves and travel. So through your 50s, it's like Disney World again.
Yeah.
Because everybody's in pretty good shape. Most people are happy and feeling good, and they got a little money and they got time, and they can come and spend a few days together and just live it. Then you start getting into your 60s. Guys start coming in. Like me, they got a cane or they're on a walker, and or their back's messed up, or or they've had to deal with some cancer or something. And then you get in your 70s and you start talking about, hey, you heard about Joe? He's not. He's gone. He died last year or whatever. And it's just, boy. So now what used to be phenomenally fun is still very meaningful, but it's different. So I came back yesterday from Marion, really driving back, just smiling, great. But it's that kind of thing where it's kind of bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
I was so glad to see my friends again, but it was a little bit of a sadness to it because there's so fewer. And also, it's just not that they're dying, but just they can't travel easy, or their spouse can't travel easy. And these people are coming from all over the country. I sat with the three friends on Saturday afternoon. We were just talking. One was from Phoenix. One was from, I think, just outside of Chicago. And one was from down in Orlando. And then there was me from right around this area.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. We all came from all over the country, but that was a solidifying force. And most of the guys, I'm one of the only ones that never went full-time service. So I get to hear some great stories about these guys that were in the military. Some of them, I have one friend, he can't tell me most of the stuff he did his whole career because he was a spook. He was in intelligence and all that, and he's still under gas. He can't tell almost anything that he did, and he can tell you where he was. I was in Islamabad in '87. Then they moved me down to Panama, and then I went to Colombia. And you're going, wait a minute, these are places we're not even supposed to be, And if you ever say, well, what'd you do? He just kind of looks at you and goes, logistics or something stupid, just to cut you off. Because he can't tell you. But it's just
I couldn't do that job. I would be done spoiled it.
Do what now?
I would tell somebody what I was doing.
They can't. I mean, that's the beauty of these guys, too. This is not frivolous stuff or whatever. And they lived it. So for them, it is so real and it is so powerful. And they saw and heard and I know I have one friend. He didn't make it this year. He comes most every year. He's originally from Camden, Alabama. I'm not going to say his name, but he went into the Air Force right out of Marion. After he graduated college, he was a lieutenant in the Air Force. And I didn't see him, just like me. He didn't come back for 25, 30 years, because he was in the Air Force. He was busy, and he had kids and a wife and all that stuff. Well, he came back 10, 15 years ago, and I loved seeing him, and we were pretty good friends when we were in school, so we'd sit and talk. Well, we got together about 5 years ago, and we just happened to be off, just he and I sitting around talking. No one was around, and he told me something he had never told another living soul except his wife in almost 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was still dealing with it, and he was still having to be counseled about it. He has PTSD because he was a high-end Air Force security guy. And he actually he and another guy took two spooks, two CIA agents. They broke into Noriega's office in Panama, downtown Panama City, Panama, I guess. Broke in one night and went into his office. He was the head of was it Nicaragua? Anyway, they took him into his office, and they stole stuff out or looked at stuff and took pictures. And when they were leaving his office at 2 a.m, whatever, trying to get out there before they got detected, these two young boys came around the corner with M16s or AK-47s or whatever, and he had to kill them. Yeah, they told him to stop, pointed guns, he shot them, stitched them up. He said those boys were 16, 17 years old. And he said, he had to take them out, and they got out of there. But it's still to this. That was in 81 or 82, and he still can see. He said, I can still see those boys' faces, and he said they were just kids. They were just boys. So when you think about people that come back from all these things and what's going on right now, there's people just go, oh, thank you for your service and all, but many of our men and women who are do these jobs, they have to see and experience things no one should have to see or experience. And because they do that and have to carry that burden the rest of their lives, we have the freedoms we have every day. Yeah. We can go to the store and get a drink and not worry about anything much, but just living our lives. So it's pretty amazing. It was a good weekend, but again, as you get older, it gets a little weird. But I still did smoke a few cigars and drink a little bourbon and talk and tell lies. Oh my God. My career at Marion is getting more and more interesting every year I get older, because, man, I'm just starting to embellish on everything now. Just make up stuff. I told them, somebody said, boy, Bill, you got some good stories. I said, I make them up. Of course they're good. I'm not going to make up a boring story. All of them are based in fact, but doesn't mean they are all factual.
I'm scared now. What have you told me?
Oh, how many weeks you got? I've got stories galore.
Now I can just imagine everything you've told me is a lie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
Yeah. But life is a lie, if you think about it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. It's 8:06, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. We got more to come your way right here on Piper Peach Radio.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available, or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com. Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it.
Hello. We're
Good morning.
back.
We are back. It's 11 minutes after 8 o'clock, 8:11, 62 or 3 degrees outside. Going to be beautiful again today. It's hot and warm in the daytime, but again, we're reminding you, as beautiful as it is, as nice as it is, we still are under drought conditions, so be careful because we need rain and we're not going to get it all week long. So don't burn. It's one thing you can burn in a burn pit or whatever you got to do if there's no wind. But if it's breezy at all, don't do it because it's dangerous. And they're saying many of our counties in the state are under a severe drought. So it's against the law to burn in some of those areas.
Let me just say, Frankie, you need to learn how to answer your phone.
Who?
My dad.
Oh.
Tell him.
Have you been trying to call him?
Yes.
Well, Dad?
Answer your phone.
Answer your phone.
Don't call me right now, though.
Listen, I know what it's like. I ignore my wife all the time.
I'm not his wife. I'm his daughter.
That's worse.
Oh, yeah.
If my daughter calls, I know she's asking for money. Well, there's my wife calling.
She heard us.
Let's see. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hey, you're on the air, so don't cuss.
Okay, but listen, Bill, you got two things going. You got the radio station. Somebody's talking behind both of you all.
Oh.
It is a mess on this end.
Okay, well, good. I'll tell Baden. Two things are going on at once, she says. There's talking and us.
Yes.
All right, I hope it's not us and it may be just your thing there, but we'll find out. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Mary's the captain of the ship. She likes to check everything. Are we looking okay, or are we doing two things at once? Okay. Baby's going to call her and tell her what she's doing wrong. Mary will call and say, I can see you, but I can't hear you. I'll say, click the little microphone, the little speaker button. Oh, there you are. Okay, thanks for calling us live on the air. See, now that's the opposite. I shouldn't have answered.
You leave Miss Mary alone.
Okay, well.
Okay, so
then
we're
leave
gonna.
your dad alone.
Nope.
He's trying. Yeah.
No, I cannot.
You can't. Okay.
No. We're gonna go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors: Chilton Chamber, Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Putter Up, which is actually having a spring into April events, $10 weekday for unlimited holes.
Excellent.
If you've been watching the last few days, you know we've been trying to get Baden to take us for a bonding experience.
Team building experience. Yes. Okay.
He has still not said yes.
Well,
So
is it going to cost him any money?
Yeah.
Well, then he's not going to do it.
I told him, well, what if we pay for it ourselves?
Well, now that he might do, especially if you all pitch in and pay for his too. There you go. See
It's
there?
$10. That's not bad.
It's how much?
$10 for unlimited holes.
No, that is actually amazing. Unlimited holes for just $10, but that's $10 to Baden.
Yeah.
So if you can tell him we're going to pitch in and pay for ours, and we'll pitch in and pay for yours too, you'll be there. He'll do it because he'd love to do that.
We'll have to figure.
And then how many of you are going? Like
I don't
four,
know.
3, 4 people. That's only $2 a piece. You got to add to pay for Baden. And then tell him you'll throw in a hot dog or something.
A hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to tell him that.
I have to be bribed to do some things, so
Yeah.
bribe him.
And then McSweeney Auto's having the $29.99 oil change special,
Very
which is
good.
pretty good. The Peach County Theater is doing the Mario Galaxy this Friday at 7.
They're doing the what?
It's a Mario Galaxy movie.
What is that?
It's a new Mario movie.
Oh, the Mario. Yeah, okay.
But they're doing that Friday at 7 and then Saturday at 6.
That's at the movie theater?
Yes.
Yeah.
Peach
I haven't been there
Peach
yet since they
Country
opened.
Theater.
Yeah, that's a beautiful little theater. They've done a great job of restoring that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I want to go see it myself. I saw some pictures. We talked to the owners, when they were working on it, but I hadn't been there since they've opened it.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I need to go. And so we're going to play Would You Rather.
Would you rather? What is that?
So it's basically I'll give you 2 options and you tell me which one you would rather do.
Okay.
It's really easy.
I
But
don't
these
know.
are kind of,
Weird.
yeah. I
Okay.
got like some fun ones and funny and weird. We can start with the funny and weird ones.
Okay, let's see what the deal is.
We
here.
need that today.
Okay.
So, would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup?
Oh, maple syrup.
Really?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Nutella is really thick, so it'd be more like swimming through pudding.
Yeah.
But at least maple syrup is thin, and it's not so much work, and and it's thinner. And I like maple syrup, and I can't stand Nutella.
Really? I
Ugh,
love Nutella.
I can't. That's based on hazelnut,
Yeah.
and I can't stand hazelnut.
Have you ever tried it over toast? Well, if you don't like hazelnut,
Yeah,
then.
I don't like it. I don't like hazelnut coffee, hazelnut cream. There's even a liqueur that's made from hazelnut called Frangelica.
Yeah.
And I don't like Frangelica. So, I mean, there's something about the flavor. I love everything. I love all of the kind of nuts and stuff, but I don't eat the filberts, which is a, small hazelnut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like hazelnut. I don't hate it. I just don't like it.
Would you rather be conically underdressed or overdressed?
That is a good one. Chronically underdressed, or I'd say overdressed. I'd rather
Yeah.
be chronically overdressed.
Me too.
I used to always, I'm old school. Now, I don't show it now that I'm retired, but when I worked, I always wore a sport coat, or I don't like wearing ties, but if I had to, I'd wear a tie. But I never went hardly anywhere without a nice sport shirt and a sport coat or a jacket.
Yeah.
And my friends would all be in cutoff shorts and Crocs and T-shirts, and I'd be there with, khakis on and a whatever. I liked it that way better. If it's got to be one way or the other, I'm going to be overdressed.
See, I would love to be able to do that, but like if I go out, I'm usually wearing like a big T-shirt and shorts.
Well, that's comfortable.
It is.
Yeah. See, I have friends that fly like that, and I always if I go in an airplane, I'm always wearing khakis or dress pants, a nice shirt, and a sport coat. I do not fly without dressing up.
Yeah.
And I got friends that go that they're wearing the sloppiest, jogging pants and loose clothes, and because they just want to be comfortable. But I'm uncomfortable being that comfortable in public.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you rather communicate only in emojis or never be able to text all ever again?
Oh, wait a minute. Give me that one again.
Oh, sorry. Would you rather communicate in emojis
Yeah.
or never be able to text again?
Never be able to text again.
You don't like emojis?
No.
Why?
Because I don't understand them, and they don't mean anything to me much. I mean, I use the thumbs up emoji sometimes. I use the smiley faced emoji.
Yeah.
I have used the turd emoji once or twice. But no, I don't understand. People send me dragons and donkeys laughing, or and then they talk about the sexual stuff with the peach and the plum and the all that stuff, and I don't get it. I don't understand why you would send I don't know how you can fully communicate with these stupid pictures when words are so much more descriptive and make sense. I mean, I have a buddy that I'll say, he'll say, text me and say, "Are you coming? Are we still on for lunch tomorrow?" And I'll say, "Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it." And then he sends me back a dragon, a flaming dragon, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, and I go into this long thing about trying to figure out, all right, so there's a dragon shooting fire out of his mouth. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I find out when I go to lunch with him the next day, it doesn't mean anything. He just sent me something back just to
He just liked it.
Yeah, And I'm going, I wasted 10 minutes of my time trying to psychoanalyze that stupid little cartoon picture you sent me. And I just feel it just feels ridiculous to try to communicate as an adult with another adult with cartoon characters and cartoon faces. That seems pointless to me. If you're an adult and you have a minimum of intelligence, why wouldn't you use your intelligence and your ability to speak and your vocabulary to express exactly what you want to say, even if it's just, "Yes, I'll be there. Good to see you. Thank you." Why send I know it's quick and easy, but it's lazy, to be honest with you, too. I have friends that, I'll say, "Sure enjoyed seeing you today," or something, and they just give me a thumbs up,
Yeah.
And I go, and that's fine. I go, I understand it. But I'll be honest with you, I want to type back, "Me too," but boy, that's lazy. Instead of typing out thanks or "me too," which is 5 letters and a space, you just go emoji. And that seems lazy. And it's really not that expressive.
They could at least send a heart.
I don't,
You don't like hearts?
Well, I like hearts when I'm responding to it. Like, all right, somebody on Facebook puts a picture of them and their children at the beach. Man, and it's friends of mine. I know the kids. I'll put a heart on there instead of just the thumbs up because it's beautiful and it's family and it's loving and it's wonderful. So the heart does express more than just a thumbs up. But if it's like they say, "I'm really sad because I had to bury my dog today," or something, just putting the little sad face seems inappropriate to me because it's lazy and it doesn't really mean much. So why wouldn't you just pop up the comment thing and say, "It's hard when we lose our best friends, and I'm thinking about you." That takes another maybe 6 seconds, and it shows that you really were thinking about them and you weren't being just lazy and dismissive by hitting just that button.
I've actually never looked at it from that point of view, so.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you think?
I just always add it to add excitement or something.
Well, and I am bad. Listen, I am bad. I'm one of those people that even when I write out everything, because I write, and it's funny, I write out everything, and instead of typing a capital U, a capital R, and the number 2 for UR2 or something.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I write out capital Y, little OU, space, ARE, space, TOO, and then I usually put in 6 exclamation points. That's how I make things exciting. I do exclamation points like a nut job. And I also don't always use exact, like commas, and sometimes I do the ... thing. Like if I have a phrase like, "I really am happy to be there, ... hope you were too," or something like that. I don't go "happy to have been there, comma, hope." I'm a ... guy. And that's lazy. That means it's not lazy. It's weird. It is lazy. It's not doing it great. But I'm old school with communication. Of course, my life was communicating. So using these emojis as now listen, if you're 14, 16, 20 even, throw emojis around like crazy. But these people that use emojis in their workspace makes no sense to me. And if you're an adult, basically over about the age of 28 or 30, I don't see using just a lot of emojis all the time.
Yeah.
That just seems juvenile.
Yeah.
And lazy.
Well, see, I kind of grew up with them too. So.
Oh, I understand. I'm old. I mean, and listen, I concede that. No, I mean, it is. I am very, I remember, I was already had children, I think, when the internet became the internet.
Yeah.
I built my first computer. It was a Radio Shack Trash 80, TRS 80, in like I'm going to say 80, maybe 81 or 2. And then I built a 186, and I built a 286 and a 386 one. You had to buy parts and really actually build your computer from parts. And then they started making them already made, and they were hideously expensive. I remember the first computer I bought, which was a 386, IBM style 386. That computer cost me almost $2,000 something dollars. And that was back when $2,000 is like $5 or $6 now.
Yeah.
And I saved up for that thing. But it was amazing because I'd never had a computer that had that much storage, that much power, that nice a monitor, But so I've been in the computer stuff all my life, but I am so old school. I realize that. And, I do concede. I prefer these things like no emojis, but I am an old guy. So it's a new world.
Yeah. Would you rather have the ability to speak all foreign languages or communicate with animals?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Ooh. I love my animals, and if I could, that would be astounding if you were like a whisperer to all animals. I've always had great communication, natural communication with dogs. I can read a dog. I can tell most of the time. I've just always been, even as a little kid, I never got bit by dogs or anything because I could read them and either stay away from them or know it was pretty good, safe to get to them. I've been burnt a couple of times, but not often. Now, horses, no clue. Cats can throw me off, but I'm pretty good with cats. But I'd love to be able to communicate with all animals. But then again, to be able to speak multi-languages, I've always wanted to do that. And I'm still struggling with English, so much less learning. I took Latin when I was in high school. I took Spanish when I was in college, and I wasn't very good at either one of them. And I'm, like I said, I struggle with English. So I don't know. I think I might go with the languages over the animals.
Yeah. Well, you could get a lot farther, I would think.
I think so. And I would just love to be able to go to another country and be able to just speak their language, or go into a restaurant and be able to speak the language of whoever was there.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Instead of taking my translator that makes no sense.
That's why I asked you that question, because it did that.
My translator is, you know what? Maybe that translator that doesn't do worth a flip with human language might be great with animals. I'll have to bark into it and see if the dog acts like it knows what I'm saying.
Yeah. Don't you have a cat?
I do have a cat.
There you go.
I don't know if that thing speaks cat. Now, my cat's pretty smart. Mary even says, Mary never liked cats much. She wasn't a cat. And I'm a dog person more so than a cat person, but I've grown to understand cats a little better, and I do like the one I've got is a great cat. Scoot is her name. And we rescued Scoot. I didn't go get a cat. It came and got us. We kind of took this cat in. It kind of chose us. And she's been a phenomenal cat. She's very low maintenance, low key, doesn't do a lot of damage, doesn't bother you much, just a great cat. And I've learned a lot from this cat because, a lot of people that are dog people hate cats or don't like them. But you can't treat, a cat is not a dog in a cat body. They're so different. I now understand. It's unbelievable. And this cat has some qualities that I would say are dog-like.
Yeah.
but not many. And I've had to learn what a cat is like rather than just thinking it's like a dog, but in a different body. Nope. Whole different world there. But I've grown to love the cat. And my wife even says the cat's pretty smart and tells her what she wants. And the cat is very expressive and has really trained us pretty well. We can tell when she wants to do this or that. And she's on a better schedule than we are. She wakes me up sometimes because I'm oversleeping and she's ready to get up and go. And she comes in there and wakes me up because it's time to either be fed or
She's
be
hungry.
petted. Well, or she wants to be petted or whatever. Yeah.
One of Tyler's cats or his family's cats, you can throw their toy
And they'll go fetch it.
Yeah, and it'll bring it back.
My cat did take after me in one aspect. It's inordinately lazy as a cat. It doesn't play much. You know, you can, when it was young, you could take that laser and get her all excited. And now she just looks at the laser and I think a mouse could come running up to her and she'd look at it and they'd be friends. I don't think there'd be any problem with the mouse. She's just too lazy to get up and do much of anything. So she and I get along well.
Let's see. We'll do one more and then we'll go to break. Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat as your home or an RV as your home?
RV.
That was fast.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a sailboat that you could live on? It'd be like living your whole life on the top of this little table. Unless you were a billionaire and had a schooner.
Like a yacht.
A big yacht. Most sailboats, the head or the bathroom is about the size of a washing machine.
Yeah, no, I need bigger than that.
And the whole living area is about the size of a sofa. And it's low ceilings, and of course you're always moving. The smell is always kind of watery, musky, moldy smell. Even keeping it clean and everything else, it's just the nature of being on the water.
Yeah.
Whereas some of these RVs can be huge. They're stable when you for the most part, unless you're in a tornado or a storm or something. And you can if you're on water, first of all, you're always moving, and that can be settling or unsettling. I can get sea legs, and I don't have a problem with movement. I don't get motion sick, but it just seems to me you can also when you're on the water, I guess you can change your you can be on the ocean, you can be on a lake, you can be in a fjord somewhere if you can get all over the world, but it's always kind of the same. But whereas an RV, you can be in the mountains, you can be in the desert, you can be.
I think I would for sure choose the land option.
Me too. It seems safer to me too.
The ocean scares me.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be on the ocean. I might be in the Gulf or in a waterway or something but I'm not a good enough sailor to actually. I used to do regattas and with my uncle who was a sailor. I mean, he liked doing sailing.
Yeah.
He was good with the sails and the jibs and all that stuff, and he knew how to tack and how to come about and all that stuff. And he would just tell me what to do, and me and my cousins, and we just do it. And he could make that sailboat go pretty much anywhere and fast and all. I'd die in it within a week. I mean, I couldn't do nothing.
I feel like I'd get bored too.
Well, yeah, because if you're in an RV, you can take a hike, you can take a walk, you can go into town. It's harder. You'd have to dock it, and then you got to get off the boat and go down the dock. I guess you can go swimming, but if you got an RV, you can always go to a pool or the ocean or the lake.
Yeah, RV for sure. Still win.
Me too.
You have to get us one.
Right. I can't even afford the gas in my wife's car. And that's the other thing about those big RVs. Some of them get horrible. I don't know how. I was just amazed the other day driving on the interstate. An RV passed me, and it was the size of the Queen Mary. It was this huge, beautiful motorhome. Guy driving, and it was huge. And you could tell it was one of those that even when you get this big, it looked like a Greyhound bus, and then, you could tell it had those things that come out and go up, just get, and it had that thing that looked like a garage door in the back. So it had that toy hauler, they call it, where you actually got the whole motorhome. Then you've got like a garage. Then it had a vehicle being towed behind that. I think it was like a Jeep or something.
It's always a Jeep.
It's usually a Jeep, yeah. And the Jeep had 4 bicycles on the back of it. And so anyway, I'm thinking, I'm driving along. He passed me. He came past me on the right side, and I was like, oh, man. And I looked at it, and I thought, all right, this thing's probably getting him 2 miles to the gallon, and it's probably just burning gas like crazy. Then it goes by, and I see it's longer than two of them should be. It keeps on coming by me, and now I see a Jeep, being towed, and that's more weight, and probably maybe now it's down to half a mile a gallon, and it goes by me, and then there's 4 bicycles on that, and then I looked, and they had an actual little what do you call it, little dirt bike or motorbike on the back in front of the car on the back of the motorhome.
So they were way down.
Yeah. Well, that and the fact that how much money did they have invested in this recreational vehicle? They've got, I don't know what those things, I know some of those things are $200,000 and more.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have $250,000 in an RV alone. You've got to stock it and have everything in it, food and drink and whatever. You've got to put gas in it. You're carrying a $20-something, $30,000 vehicle behind that being towed, and you've got all in the bikes. And so what does a week in your RV end up costing you as a family? And there's people in this world that make a whole lot more money than I ever did, because I couldn't imagine. I was just sitting there. I couldn't afford a house. My house probably didn't cost what that RV cost.
That's what I was thinking. They probably don't have a house. They probably live.
Oh, I don't know. If you got all that, you probably got several houses. I mean, that's people that can put that kind of money in. Because let's face it. Let's say you sell everything you got and you just live in your motorhome. You're probably not going to have one that expensive and that big. Actually, it's kind of counterintuitive. You're going to have probably a fifth wheel, and then because if you're living in it full time, it's easier to carry a big fifth wheel with you, so you can take it to a campground, live in it, and drive around in the car that you drove it there with, and then hook it up, move it if you want to move it. People that have these motorhomes and carry a vehicle, most of them don't live that way. That's too expensive.
True.
They're having to go where they can live in campgrounds and stuff where they can enjoy it, but not be spending, thousands and thousands of dollars a week just traveling. So I don't know. Some people live better lifestyles than I can afford. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
And how do you drive one of those things? That one that he was driving, I don't know. Can you drive one that big without a CDL? That's what I got to thinking. That thing is so big. It's like driving an 18-wheeler, and it's long as one. It's got, the weight and everything. I just assume when you get one that's that big and that complicated and has that, and it had a satellite dish on the roof too. Anyway, those, you've got to have I would think a CDL, but I don't know. They may have an exemption for people that can, I don't know how that works. But it's like if you have a big enough boat, you got to have a pilot's license, a maritime pilot's license. You got to be a captain. You can't, if you've got a boat that's over a certain length, size, and weight, you even though you bought it and you own it, you can't drive it. You've got to have a licensed maritime captain piloting it. So, of course, people that have these yachts, it's like owning a private airplane. You're going to have your pilots and your staff, but money, 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 money.
All right, well, we're about to take a quick break. You're watching Piper Peach Morning Mayhem with Kristen and Dollar Bill.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Back. 8:43, 27 minutes away from 9 o'clock. We're glad you're with us. Why are you so worried about your dad?
Because,
Do
I
what?
don't know. He has health problems and stuff, so Sorry, there was fuzz flying in the air.
That's all right. So this morning you were trying to call your dad and he wouldn't answer the phone, but he's watching?
Well, yeah, he was, but now he's not, I don't think. I don't know. He said his phone was on silent.
I had that happen, and I didn't do it on purpose. It did itself. It turns out when my iPhone did that update,
yeah.
iOS update, it silenced my phone. And it never, it reset it. That was part of the screw up when it updated. And I didn't know that. And I was sitting there and I saw the thing light up and it was a call coming in and it wasn't buzzing. It wasn't making a bit of noise. It was silent and, deadly silent.
Yeah.
I went, what the heck? And it turns out I'd missed 3 calls and I'd had the phone sitting on my leg.
I don't know why he puts his on silent. I'll have to ask him today.
He doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. I didn't put mine on silent. I didn't know it was silent till I caught it and saw it calling me and making no vibration. And because I always, if I put it on silence, I still have it vibrating so I can kind of hear it buzz or feel it. It was dead quiet. Had to go into my system, and I didn't do an update. And I don't remember. And you can go down a rabbit hole with it. I don't know about, I've never had anything but iPhones.
I've never thought about asking Siri how to fix it. I always just Google it.
You can ask Siri, you can ask Chat GPT, you can ask a lot of people.
I always either Google it or YouTube it.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about that.
Oh, it's quick and easy. Although, sometimes if you do it with Siri, it'll tell you to hit a certain button that you've never heard of before, or take a certain option you've never heard of before, and then you got to ask her where the heck it is, because it doesn't explain that to you. And I went down the rabbit hole about a week ago because I don't mess with stuff. If I set it kind of the way I like it, and then I hope it just stays that way. And I got into this thing where I went into systems, and it sent me into hepatics and all that. And there are some things in there that are frighteningly intrusive that you can turn on or off. There's some things in there that I didn't even understand that you can turn on and off. Weird stuff, and stuff that gets down into the weird things about your security and what it's looking at or telling people. So I think I need what to do is find somebody that really is an expert on iPhones, on iOS stuff. And get them to help me.
Sorry. You know how it stays on all the time? You can turn that off too.
You can?
Yeah.
Well, I turn my phone off sometimes. Just, hold the buttons till it
I'm
gives
talking about like the screen. Like when I turn mine off, it just stays black.
Oh, it's still on, but it's just the screen's blank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the only reason I would see my lock screen is if I tap it.
Really?
Yeah.
I leave mine on most of the time.
But I think that was in the new update too, because a bunch of people, their phones staying on, which is strange.
I have this weird thing where it wanted me to set up a thing where I could double or triple tap the back of my phone to let it do. Otherwise, you just go tap, tap, tap on the back and it does something, or tap, tap and it does something different. And it worked. I played with it a little bit, but it was weird because it wasn't consistent. Of course, I may not have been, but you have to learn how fast and how hard to tap it. But I think I turned it all off because it was frightening because I was accidentally tapping it, So these things they can be really complicated.
Yeah. So we have a few more sponsors we like to thank.
Okay.
Bama Benefits, Kim Robinson that owns it, This and That Vinyl, Workout Anytime, and Wood Surfside Marina.
Very good.
And then we also still have some community announcements as well.
Oh, good.
So, hold on, I think that's the old one maybe? I don't know if he gave me a new one. Let's see.
Do I have it?
Oh, yeah, probably. Well, so the Jemison Family Fun Night is going to be this weekend, April 17th from 6 to 9 p.m., and that's with the artist Tyler Nichols.
So what's the family fun night thing? And this in Jemison?
I think so.
Downtown?
I think it was either at Jemison or Billingsley.
Or will be? Is that right?
Yeah. I think it's in Billingsley.
Oh, okay.
I think, and then you have the Chilton County Special Olympics. That's Thursday, April 23rd at 9:30 in the morning.
Excellent. That's great. I used to MC a lot of the Special Olympics. So amazing. So wonderful.
I've never been. I'll have to see if I can go take pictures.
Oh, it'll change your whole life as far as you see these
I've seen pictures
people,
of them.
Yeah, well, but being there and feeling that electricity and seeing the
Yeah.
enthusiasm and the hard work they put into it. I've got a buddy that's he's on the Special Olympics bowling team, and it means the world to him. And they're really good. I was amazed. I mean, they're great. And so Special Olympics is a great program. And if you get a chance to ever go, like if you don't have anything to do that Thursday, go out and watch it Thursday morning, Thursday day, and cheer them on. It's a lot of fun.
Tyler's sister has vision problems.
Vision?
So she goes to these vision camps, and most of the kids have like they're blind, or I'm trying to think of albino.
Sight impaired?
Yes.
Sight impaired,
Yeah.
I mean.
So this one time we went to the ice skating rink in Pelham. These kids, I was falling on my butt, couldn't go straight. They're just doing zigzags and
they're
figure
sight
eights.
impaired or blind?
Yes.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I can't skate either. I can't roller skate. I can't ice skate. I
But
have no
they
balance.
were doing really good.
That's amazing. And who's this that you were there with?
My boyfriend,
And his
sister,
sister.
or
Very good.
the family. But
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
Well, that's neat. I've always been humbled by the fact that I'll try to do something. I can't do it. Then you see somebody that has handicap problems, and they're just fearless and they're doing it. And you go, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, their spirit's amazing, and they overcome. People that have disabilities. That's a lot of those disabilities. You don't think of it. The fact that they have that disability or that problem or whatever they're dealing with 24/7. They don't get a break from it. It doesn't just happen for a little bit. It's permanent. I mean, it's there. And to have the guts some people have to get up every morning and just tackle life with their difficulties included just humbles me and just inspires me.
Yeah.
Because it's you got to figure, I get frustrated sometimes because I'm getting old and I'm this or that, and then you see people that have so much more to overcome, and they do it with such spirit, grace, and determination. You just go, wow, I'm being a wuss, or I should change my attitude a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
It's definitely a perspective thing, because I don't know. It's just they wish that they had your body to do everything that you could do, but you don't want to.
Well, I will say this. I don't think anybody's ever wished they had my body. So
I'm sure someone did.
no, I don't think so.
But over the weekend, they also did county sports. So there was the Diamond Showdown, which was Thorsby, Isabella, and Verbena.
This is baseball?
Yes, yeah. Where was it at? It was in Thorsby. Oh, yeah, it says that. But
Home of the Rebels.
Yes.
The Thorsby Rebels.
they hosted a full day of baseball Saturday, featuring Thorsby, Isabella, and Verbena. Thorsby opened with a 15-2 win over Verbena,
Good.
powered by a big second inning and strong pitching from Castillo. I probably said that wrong. Isabella followed with a 12-2 victory over Verbena, using a strong second inning and solid all-around play. In the final game, Thorsby closed the day with a 15-0 win over Isabella, behind a fast start with a dominant outing from Cooper Gray.
Well, good for them, man. Baseball, I love baseball to watch it live. I watch a little on TV, but I enjoy, especially high school and college. I don't ever get to go to I hadn't been to a pro baseball game in 25, 30 years. First of all, because I just never could get to one. Secondly, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
They're so expensive now to go to now the Barons are great. I love going to see the Birmingham
I've been to one
Barons.
of those.
Do what?
I've been to one of their games.
Yeah, I love going watching the Barons, and it's affordable. I've gotten to throw out many a first pitch, at these Baron games and stuff. I pulled a trick on some friends of mine when I was working at the radio station in Birmingham. I had to go throw the first pitch out of a Barons game when Michael Jordan was playing with the Barons. Well, Michael Jordan was known for not being very easy to get you couldn't get an autograph. He wouldn't sign autographs. And he was very hard to even run into. He didn't hang with the people in the team much. He was pretty secretive. So they sent, the whole radio station and family of the radio station, we had a suite. Since I was throwing out the first ball, the Barons were gracious enough to give the radio station a full suite. So we had it packed full of our families. I go down, disappear, go back, under the stadium. They tell me what I'm going to do. I've done it a bunch of times. I go out the tunnel behind home plate, and I've got my ball they gave me, or the catcher hands me a ball on the field, and I go out to the pitcher's mound, and, they make the announcements, and the team comes out, and I throw out the first pitch, and everybody yells, and they give me the ball back, and I walk in and disappear under the tunnel again.
Yeah.
Well, nobody knows what you're doing or who you see or anything, so I pulled out my Sharpie and wrote Michael Jordan on my baseball that I had. I don't know how he signs. I just signed Michael Jordan, my handwriting, and went back up to the suite, and it was packed. And I walked up and said, they said, good job, good job. I said, thanks. I said, guess who I ran into when I was coming off the field under the stadium? They said, who? I said, Michael Jordan. I said, look. And I didn't say, look, I got his autograph. I just said, look. And there was his name on the thing, and they all went, oh, my God, you know what that's, he never signs you never got, and they were all looking at it. And, on a suite, you've got an inside portion, and then you can go out a door, and you're actually out in the stadium, outside. So we had walked outside, they were all looking at my Michael Jordan signed ball, and I said, yeah, that's pretty neat. I bet some kid would love this. And before they could all say, give it to me, give it, I just said, hey, kid. And he looked up and I said, want to play ball? And he went, and I threw it to him. Didn't tell him it had that. Now, two things happened then. First of all, everybody in our suite lost their minds because I just tossed away a very rare, supposedly signed Michael Jordan baseball, just threw it to a stranger. Didn't let them have a chance at it. Secondly, this poor kid catches a ball that an idiot up and stands through him, and he's going to look at it, and his parents are going to see Michael Jordan. I hope it isn't on eBay somewhere, and they're asking $1 million for it, because it certainly wasn't his autograph. But then I told everybody, I said, I faked it. It wasn't it. And then they got mad at me because they said, now that kid thinks I said, well, I didn't tell him it was signed. I just signed it. So anyway, that was a good night. I love baseball games.
That's so mean.
Well, it wasn't mean. It was to my coworkers because they deserved it. There's nothing like playing a little trick on somebody that certainly deserves that trick. So
that's so funny. We're gonna have to play a good trick on you like that.
Oh, I'm easy to trick. I am. I'm easy. I'm just so if somebody tells me something, I just naturally buy it, believe it. You have to, and so I'm easy to trick. But I like tricks, so it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's not like I get mad for anything.
I'll think over the
as long as it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings or is rude, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So actually, did you watch them return from the moon, Artemis 2?
I did. I watched it splash down.
Yeah.
And I had never seen the details of how the parachute system works, and I panicked a little bit because I knew there were drogue chutes, and that makes sense. Slows them down from like 2,500 miles an hour to like 300 miles an hour or something. And then what they do is the drogue chute pulls out the chutes that pull out the big chutes. So it's a three-step thing. The drogue chutes go away, and they pull out other chutes that they're like tattered looking. They look like they've been shredded, but that slows it down even more. Then that pulls out the main chutes, but they aren't fully open. They come out and they look like mushrooms, like tubes. I mean, not like mushrooms, but like tubes. And that's when I thought something had gone awry because the main chutes didn't appear to be opening fully. And they were getting pretty close to the water. And I thought, oh my God. But it turns out they have cords in those main chutes that keeps it from opening until the last, when they need to. And they actually have these cool things called cutters. And they're explosive devices that are in the parachute. And when they set them off, they burn through this metal. It looks like a ballpoint pen, about a little bit bigger than a ballpoint pen, about as long as one, and it's on the riser. And when it gets to the end, burns up through the end, it then hits this charge, and the charge blows a blade out and cuts that last thing that's holding
That's
the chute in,
crazy.
and then it opens on up. Yeah, it was. I had no idea. So, and I had no idea the complicated nature of the parachutes, because they have to those. I think it's 3 main chutes. Wasn't it 3 of them, or maybe 4? 3.
It was
I think.
3.
They are huge, but they're all everything's calculated. The drogue chutes have to be a certain size for the weight of the capsule and the speed. Then they bring out those shredded looking ones that are shredded so that they can allow airflow through them to slow down without ripping to pieces. If you did a regular parachute that fast, it would just destroy it. And it's so cool that they have everything calculated to the moment and to the weight and the speed. It's so complicated, and that's just the parachutes.
Yeah.
It's just astounds me.
I thought it was crazy from when they enter Earth's atmosphere, it takes 13 minutes for them to get down to the ocean.
Right. And have you seen those pictures that they've shown from inside the capsule when they're coming through the atmosphere?
No.
Oh, my. I didn't know this. I always thought that I knew they had to hit the atmosphere at a really precise angle. Because I remember in the old days of Apollo and stuff, they said if you come in too steep, you'll burn up and it'll crush them. And if they hit the atmosphere too shallow, they'll bounce off back into space and never be able to get back to Earth. So it's a pretty precise angle where they've got to come into the Earth shallow enough that they don't just burn up, but not too shallow to skip like a stone. So I didn't know this, that the entire time they are blazing through the atmosphere like a burning comet. There's these little rockets constantly keeping them at the perfect angle. There's rockets all around the capsule, and you can hear them inside. So this time they had audio, and you can hear the thing starting. If you see the picture from the window, you see this beautiful, the blue of the earth and the sky, and it's clear as a bell. And then you start seeing it aglow,
Yeah.
and then you start seeing little bits of fire going past, and then it ends up, you look like you're in the middle of a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
But I never knew you heard constantly this bizarre clicking noise, which is the rockets being constantly fired to keep it at the perfect angle while it's going through that. I mean, it looks like it should just be a free-falling comet, but they're controlling it the whole time, even though it's blazing and burning. It just fascinates me. And you can hear it going, tish, 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 tish. The whole time it's blazing and coming in.
That's crazy.
And by the way, those guys can hit up to 8 Gs while they're coming in, all their astronauts. Do you realize that's 8 times their weight? That way, if they weighed 150 pounds, multiply that times 8, and that means their body was 900 and something thousand pounds. That's what it felt like. They've got to endure that. It's only that kind of heavy weight is only for a few seconds, but constantly they're under 4 and 5 G, and that's, I weigh almost 200 pounds. That would be 800 pounds, 4 times 2, and that's a lot to endure for 13 minutes or 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's
pretty
crazy.
amazing. Artemis 2, that was exciting. I'm anxious to see some of the. They've released a few pictures here and there, but you got to be careful, because if you look online and you start Googling for Artemis 2 backside of the moon pictures, you're getting a lot of fake ones. AI just is blown up with all these, and then idiots have already started making AI pictures that's supposedly showing the back of the moon with things running across a crater and shopping malls on the moon
Dollar
and stuff
Generals.
that it doesn't even exist, or just stuff that even looks kind of real but's not.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see all the official pictures from NASA. I can't wait.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
Yeah.
And just thinking about a year and a half, we may have people walking around back on that thing again.
Not me.
Or as some people claim, the first time, because they say that the first moon landings were faked anyway. We'll see. I still think there is alien, bases on the back of the moon, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Are we out of time?
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately.
9:04. We got to get out of here and let you have your day. We want to thank you so much for watching and listening to us here on Piper Peach Radio. Remember, always let us know of things you want, things you need, things you think we ought to do, or things you don't like. We want to hear it all because we want it to be your station. We want it to be what you want. And so just let us know your feedback. We love hearing from you.